Welcome to Built Different by Design. I'm Emanuella, and today we have the electricians. Well, I think they're the best. We have Bailey and Dee of The Electric. Welcome, y'all.
Hey, how y'all doing? What's happening?
I love how y'all so Atlanta. That's
Real Atlanta.
It's so Atlanta, and I love it. So, becoming an electrician, it's not something that everyone kind of makes it seem like you can just wake up and do. Because I don't know about y'all, but now I hear trades are the most popular thing now, and people making it seem like it's a super simple journey. Walk the people through what it looks like to become an electrician today.
Really just gotta have the work ethic. You can do it if you want to do it, but it's a lot of hard work. It's not easy at all. There's a lot of knowledge you gotta have, and you just gotta want to work. That's it. And learn and listen. More definitely listen.
Man, as far as the piggyback, I would say it's definitely your work ethic and just being diverse. Like I say, the industry is dying just because young black men are not looking to go into trade school. They're not looking to pick up plumbing, HVAC, electrical, things that are going to be driven for the next 50 to 60 years.
Right.
You can't have a robot to do that. Like Bailey said, just getting the work ethic, getting the knowledge, and setting the foundation starts there.
Okay, so walk me back a little bit, because how did y'all even get interested in it? What led y'all down this path?
Oh, that's a good story. Yeah, so what happened was I was chilling on the sofa. The black commercials come on. You ain't doing that. Why we'll get out of couch. Come on down to the fire. So I just had graduated high school. A commercial came on. I don't know, you remember that commercial back in the day?
I do.
Okay, so crazy thing about hello, damn, he making some shit. So I ended up going to trade school and took up electrical engineering. And I just been doing it ever since. I always liked to work with my hands, look at stuff and wonder how it worked. So it was perfect for me. Yeah, so
That's awesome.
People used to cheat out my test. I'm a little nerd.
What about you, Dee?
My background a little different. I transitioned to after high school. I played football, went out to college, did education, and then COVID hit. Like I say, Bailey, the company started growing. We started taking on bigger projects, and at that point, it was just time to make a transition. So for me, it was applying what I learned in education and then just bringing it over to electrical and just getting my feet wet, doing the apprenticeship, still in my apprenticeship, and just keep grinding each and every day. So yeah, keep learning.
Okay, so there's something that makes y'all different though, because there's a lot of people who go through the trade school, but they don't start their own business. What was that moment that was like, I need to just do this for myself versus working for somebody else?
That's another funny story.
Yeah. I always dreaming of being a millionaire. And then my first big company I worked for, I met the CEO of the company. He knew nothing about electrical, nothing about being an electrician, but he had an electrical company. And he's a multi-billionaire, you know what I'm saying? So I mastered and learned their whole little system. And I was like, man, yeah, they're going to be me one day. I'm going to have my own company just like him, but I'm going to be an electrician. And I went from there. So yeah, I've been in business now, 6 years? I've been doing electrical work 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Dee, you have an interesting story because you were a teacher at one point. Explain what that mindset was and what was the catalyst that was like, because I know you said the business was growing, but something else had to also make you want to make that switch.
Just education in itself. Like I said, when we were growing up, teachers pretty much ran the neighborhood. They looked out for us, helped us with everything, even with sports, getting us into sports. But for me, like I say 6 years ago, we kind of started this. Like I say, he's been doing it longer, but he kind of started it. We wanted to journey off in order for it to grow. For me, that transition didn't happen easily, but it took process and it took steps. But for me, I would say that catapulted me over to it was the ideal of something new and fun. Because I had been doing teaching for 10 years. So this was something new. I always worked with my hand. I worked with people. We grew up together. So for us, it was nothing just throwing the rocks out there and everything worked out. So that's how I got into it.
That's tight. So if there's somebody out there for the audience, someone who is sitting on that couch, what's the first step that they need to take in order to
Yeah, I would most
embark on
definitely
this?
say look at Atlanta Tech. Atlanta Tech got so many trades, and it's only 2 years. 2 years go by really fast. Boom. Before you know it, you'll be done with school. And the best thing about it, like I said, they got a lot of different opportunities. It's all what you want to do. They got mechanical, they got climbing, they got everything. Welding, automotive mechanic. They got everything. So you really just got to want it for yourself, how that work ethic to go. And while you in school, you be working at the same time. They got career center. They gonna make sure you good. You're gonna be in school. You're gonna be working at the same time. So you get the best of both worlds. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so explain that a little bit for me, Dee, because you just said you're still
Apprenticeship.
apprenticeship.
Yep.
So help the people who don't know understand what that means, because I don't think people realize that they can go to school and get paid at the same time.
So basically what you're saying, it is true, and what Bailey said, it's like a paid internship. So you're also getting the hands-on, you're getting the knowledge, and then from there you apply it to the field. So for us, we've had students to come in and intern under us for, they need something for their practicum.
Okay.
The young man, he was at, I want to say Morrow, the IEU. He came in, he needed to get it signed off. One of the two. He wanted to get signed off on his practicum, and so he knew we had a business. So he came in, talked to his professor. They loved everything he did, and it worked from there. For him, it was him laying the foundation, not only us telling him, but he actually took heed to what we were telling him. Bailey had maybe a 2-hour conversation with him. He had just finished high school, and he was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. He was like, hey, man, look into being an electrician. Go to school. They'll pay for it, and you can get paid while you're doing it. He actually graduated from the program, and now he's doing his apprenticeship. So with your apprenticeship, you getting the hours to go up to become a master electrician. Then from there, you take your test, and then to get certified.
You ain't gotta go to school. You can go to the union also. The union, they gonna work there, but you know, they gonna take care of you too. IBEW.
Yeah, you can go there, and they'll pay you.
Different union. Every trade got its own union.
Gotcha. So once you get your license, you automatically become unionized. Is that right? No. Okay, don't worry like that. Okay, break it down for me.
Union is like multiple corporation, and it's like a temp service, but it's all electrical contractors.
Gotcha.
And the union send them work. The union send them employees. So if I go to the union right now, just sign a book, and they probably
Send
got
a job.
maybe 600 different electrical companies, and they'll send me to one of them companies to work with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a big temp service almost.
But you don't have to have any knowledge, any prior experience. But again, like nowadays, kids don't have that work ethic.
They gonna work the shit out of you.
So yeah.
Hey, gonna get the money as well?
Okay, help you. Like, yeah, they gonna work the shit out of you. You gotta be up at 5, late.
Yeah.
5:05, you're late. 6 o'clock, most jobs be 6. 6:01, you're late. They run you up, boom.
Oh,
but the good thing about it, you get fired. They send you back to the hall. You put your name back on the book. Then
they send you back out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They loud. These letters coming probably like 600, maybe more than that.
Because there's a shortage, right? So
definitely.
Everyone's.
That's all true.
So y'all don't only just do residential; you do commercial projects as well.
Yes.
What is the biggest difference between both those sides of construction? So commercial versus residential, what do you see is the biggest difference?
Commercial is more efficient. So those projects, you're dealing with bigger GCs. So whatever they time frame is, they try and get in and get out. So if it's a 2-month project, they try to be done in them 2 months. It's not gonna prolong 6 months, a year. On the downside about it, be net 30. So you had to use your own money, and then you get paid back in 30 days. But most of those jobs be bigger payouts than a residential.
Gotcha. So when you're working, from your experience in working with commercials, what are some adjustments you feel that the residential builders could do to be more efficient?
Just have all your ducts lined up in a row. Have your plumbing, your HVAC, your sheet rock. But then they have a time sheet where everybody got to be there this day, X, Y, and Z. They got it planned out from A to Z, and that's how it works. So if you ain't there, they gonna, it's over with. They gonna find somebody else.
And then also just even with lining things up in the scheduling, they just not overlapping. So you're not having 5-6 contractors on site at once. So it kind of works, even though you're in a smaller space. Say for instance, it's not as big as a 5,000 square foot. You may be in 1,200 square feet, maybe less. So you can't have contractors on top of contractors. So it just becomes chaotic. So the scheduling part is definitely an asset. So
They have that down to the T.
Yeah.
So I know y'all walked through tons of projects, tons of homes. What are the key things you feel that builders or architects miss that impacts what you have to do the most? Or makes it harder?
I love doing this so bad. I like freestyling. A lot of times they miss switches. Of course, we already know where outlets supposed to be. It just depends on the engineer. Different engineers do stuff different. I had some plan with no electrical schematic at all. So I had to go in and freestyle. So it just depends on the engineer. But I would say sometimes they get a little outrageous with can lights. Yeah, sometimes they be a little too many cans.
What you mean, too many can lights? So how many can lights do we need?
I mean,
It just depends on the engineer.
it depends on the space that you're trying to bring up.
The size of the can.
Right.
Because
Okay.
you got 4 inches.
Yeah, I
6,
feel like
8.
the lighting can be better. So with commercial, they already have a lighting diagram. So you already know whatever light they gonna have is already on the blueprint versus residential. What you gonna put right here, kind of like you gonna put right there. So they already know the layout. Say if you got a can light right here, it's gonna be 5 feet out this wall, 5 feet out this wall, give you the exact measurement where every light go. Versus walk around, you want this light? Nah, the commercial, it's down to the T.
Yeah.
And that make it flow better.
Okay. So if y'all were building your home, what are some key electrical call outs you would pay attention to make your home run more efficiently?
I would say what we just start integrating now, the smart panels. That's something that's been integrated. We got that from a conference last year in Las Vegas. Just integrating smart technology into your homes. A lot of people aren't doing it, but it saves you trouble over time.
Okay.
And that's electrical management. It manages your power bill. When you, like back in the day, people cut off their breakers. Now you can cut everything off from your phone. So yeah, it's an energy management smart panel.
Okay. So you mention conferences, because that was going to be my next thing, because once you get a trade, you have to do continuing education. So what are the different ways you go about continuing to stay up to date with latest design?
Yeah, just reading on Google pretty much.
Okay.
Every 3 years it come out with a new electrical code. Of course, every year we get a new book. But beside that though, we just look online on Instagram, Snapchat, a lot of technology over there, China.
Yeah. Like I say, with everybody integrating through social media, it's
Right.
not really hard not to find a new
That's
design, a new style, or
That's
a new
true.
layout. So just
Right.
incorporating those things in what we do, pretty much, they're kind of self-explanatory.
Now you mentioned a very popular word right now, China.
I try to get over there.
So what has your experience been working with electronics, or have you had to work with any electricals from China? And what would you want the audience to know when they're ordering from China?
Get with your electrician before you get it and make sure that it's USA compliant. You know, certain country got different power voltage.
Yep.
So just make sure you verify with your electrician on what you buying so they can give you yay and nay.
Yeah.
Because when
Oh,
you, of course,
definitely.
when you travel overseas, the voltage switches over. Yeah. So a lot of times when you order for China, they may say that, oh yeah, it's USDA approved. No.
You remember when they had them recess light and they wanted us to widen that as a
Yeah.
designer?
Until
we ain't doing that. Get somebody else to do it.
prime example,
doing it.
we did have it on the home that we did.
Okay.
They ordered, literally their whole line package was from China. Literally. So they sent lights with no driver. So they wanted us to just hardwire, and we was like, hey, this is a
Sent the
code.
driver 2 weeks later.
Yeah, this is a fire. You can't
widen
do
that
it.
everything, put it up in the ceiling.
We can't do that. You can't just leave it
Yeah.
exposed. So you either need a junction box for it to come in and things of that nature. But
Yeah.
your hint, like I say, with China, you just have to make sure that, again, that it's USDA compliance. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a code or something that people can look out for to be like, okay, if I look at the specs and it has this, that means it's good? Or
It should be on there. Whatever product you buy, it should be on there.
okay.
It should tell you the voltage and what it's rated for.
Gotcha.
A lot of things, even with installing the toilets with the heated
Yeah,
seats, you
yeah.
know, we have to put an outlet down bottom from that, just ensuring that it's the right voltage. Yeah. So
So get with your electrician before you place the order, because they're not going to give you your money back.
no.
Okay, a couple more questions for y'all around electrical safety. So say I'm a new homeowner, I have a builder designing my home. What can I look out for when it comes to electrical wiring to say, hey, this doesn't look right? So me as a homeowner, I'm knowledgeable and I can call it out to my builder if they're doing something right or wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah. If it's a finished product, they got a little tester. You can test all the outlet. Make sure.
But before if we're in this stage right now, in the rough-in stage, because sometimes builders give homeowners the opportunity to walk the home at every phase. They can start writing on the walls. What is something that you can say, if you see this, red flag.
I don't know. Kind of electrical.
I don't think,
Nothing like that? No? Okay.
Electrical is kind of
Well, good.
it's kind of straightforward,
Yeah.
self-explanatory.
Okay.
We may run into an issue where that is one, the wolf oven, the double wolf oven. We kind of ran into that. Remember?
You got to run the 60 amp and the 20 amp.
Yeah. So that's something.
So what happened with the wolf oven?
But that more so, you got to know what the product you buy.
Okay, so calling out up front what your appliance package is going to be
Yeah.
is important.
Of course.
Yeah, because sometimes people can get indecisive and try to wait till the last minute, but really knowing beforehand.
For instance, like the gas versus electric. Even now, you're doing a double oven. We got to control both, so you need two different power sources. Like you say, you need a 20 amp and you need a 60 amp.
Gotcha. Okay, so on this podcast, what we like to do, we let the last guest leave a question for the future guests. And so the last question that was left for y'all is, at what point in your company, what was the turning point in your company, actually? So you started your business. What was that moment that you took off?
Yeah, the turning point was finding the connections, networking. So your network. So yeah, we met some good people, and we've been building and building. Yeah, that was a turning point. Just networking. Yeah, more definitely networking.
Okay. So when you work, is there a specific networking event? Say if there's someone that has an electrical company and they're like, I don't know how to meet people. How do they go out and meet people and find work?
Well, so I got this website called Plan Hub. So it'd be anywhere from, and you go in to bid on jobs. That's like a bidding site. So you go in on Plan Hub, and it's all commercial, residential. They got it all. It'd be anywhere from 5,000 to 500 million. You just get on there and choose whatever job you want to do. Subscription like $1,300 a year. You just go in and whatever job you like, you just go in and put a bid in on it. And these like big contractors. And then Instagram, networking on Instagram, help out a lot. That's how I met Pat.
Yeah.
Through Instagram, good guy.
Okay, cool.
And then also just local events. We went to the International Builder Show in Florida. We went to the one in Vegas. So just getting out there, hitting the ground running. If you want, like I say, social media definitely is one of the avenues that you always can reach people. And just a word of mouth. If you do good work, again, it's going to travel. Yeah.
Okay, so what question do y'all want to leave for the next guest?
Who's the next guest is?
You don't know. Just a general question. Just a general question. And it doesn't have to be just construction or industry related.
So I would say this question would be when to walk away from a job.
Ooh.
And when do you stay?
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so wait, let me understand clearly. So when you mean a job like a project?
With any project,
okay,
when to walk away and when to stay.
All right.
That's my question. When do you know when it's time to walk away from a project?
Okay.
And when do you know that, okay, this is the right project that I found that's going to help me grow? Because it could be a multitude of things in that question.
I like that question.
Yeah,
I like that question.
School teacher, I know you have that.
Thank you, guys. Is there anything that you want the people to know? Anything that you have up and coming?
Oh man, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We got 4 or 5 houses.
You do.
We trying to build an empire. Yeah, so we bringing in some more people, and we got a lot of work coming down the pipeline.
If people want to find you, or if they want to submit an application to work for you, how does that work?
ViaElectric.com. We're online, Google, and also you can reach us via social media, Via Electric LLC, on Instagram and Facebook.
All right, awesome. Thank you, guys, and we'll see y'all next time.
Adios.
Vámonos.